Welcome to Slidertech One-on-One. Today we are visiting Institute Davidson. We are talking to Itai Nevo.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Can you tell me about Institute Davidson?
The Davidson Institute is the educational branch of the Weizmann Institute of Science. It's an organization that does all the science education activities for Weizmann and separately with Weizmann. We have programs for teachers, we have programs for students, we have a lot of activities for the general public, including our website, which operates in Hebrew, English, and Arabic. And we also have the Garden of Science, which is a science museum, now being renovated and soon open, and a lot of other activities for a huge variety of publics.
You have connection with other university and institutes in the world?
We're a unique endeavor because as a website, we try to operate like an independent media organization, not directly working with the Weizmann PR people. So we're connected with all the PR departments of universities. We receive materials, we translate materials from all over the world, we get news releases, and yes, we try to cover everything that's going on in science worldwide and in Israel, of course.
Nice. When was it established?
The Davidson Institute was established about 12 years ago, if I recall. It was an attempt to gather all the youth activities that Weizmann had and organize them under one roof.
And after the corona epidemic, did you start using via Zoom learning, or also you're using Zoom as a means of teaching?
Some of Davidson activities are online, even before the corona epidemic, and some of them shifted to online work during the pandemic, and now some of them are coming back to the normal routine, and some of them are still continuing to work online.
I understand. One of the areas that are interesting is the solar system. And in the solar system there is black holes. Tell me about the black hole. What is it? Where it's found?
Wow, black holes are a very exciting and interesting phenomenon. Black holes are stellar bodies with a very, very large gravity because they have a lot of mass which is concentrated in a very, very small volume. For example, if you take the mass of our sun and condense it into an area of about a small city, like 10 kilometers across, and you get a stellar body with a huge gravity from which the escape velocity, the speed you need in order to get away from its gravity field, is so huge, it's bigger than the speed of light. So practically nothing can escape the gravity of a black hole. So it's a very gravitational stellar body which attracts and eventually swallows or merges with other stars. That's why they're called black holes.
How many black holes in the universe, you know? Or?
Probably trillions. There is probably a big black hole or a very big black hole in the center of every galaxy. And there are at least 100 billion galaxies we know about, so it's a safe assumption to assume that the number of black holes is much larger.
I see. And in our galaxy, how far is the black hole in our galaxy from our planet, from Earth?
Our planet revolves around the sun. The average distance of the sun from the black hole in Sagittarius A, which is the black hole in the center of the Milky Way, is about 26,000 light years. So if you send a ray of light now to there, it will get there in 26,000 years.
And let's crump it to years. Which should we worry about the black holes? Or?
No, absolutely not. There are many other things to worry about.
I see. Interesting. It swallows everything that come in contact. gravity, huge gravity, it pulls in the...
Yeah, the gravity varies with the size. I mean, our black hole, our galaxy, is not considered a very big black hole. It's about, if I recall from memory, about 4 million times the mass of our sun.
4 million?
Yeah, but for example, just 3 years ago, the first imaging of a black hole taken in another galaxy, M87, it has a much larger black hole with billions of solar masses, and that's why it was the first black hole to be imaged. And now, just a few months ago, we had the first image of our black hole in Sagittarius, which was far more difficult to achieve because it is so much smaller, if you can call it small.
And how do you see it in the image? Black hole?
You just see a black circle, but it's surrounded by a glow of gases, because when the black hole absorbs a star, for example, it just sucks its gases, and the gases, when they move, they heat up, and this is what you see in a radio telescope, the heating of the gases. And of course, to construct this image, you need to use a few thousand images of radio telescopy taken worldwide. It's really an interesting endeavor because they used for this picture about 8 radio telescopes worldwide, following this black hole for a few months, and then they could construct a picture. Now this organization called the Event Horizon Telescope already has 11 radio telescopes, and it's just interesting and exciting to see what they'll come up with next.
When should it arrive? In a few months or year?
What should arrive?
The new picture.
We have the new picture. We just got it a few months ago, and what we're expecting now is videos of the black hole. I hope we'll see it in the next month.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks you for talking to us.
Thank you.
And see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Another subject, and